Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of Intuitive Angling, and much appreciated you guys coming by the channel and watching the video today. Really appreciate that. Got a nice rainy day here in Southwest Missouri. Man, it has been bone freaking dry here for like over 2 months. Everything was like crispy. It's like the grass was crispy, the leaves were crispy, and we really needed this rain. So nice to have it here this morning. Guys, man, there's something going on here that I don't quite understand, and I really want your opinion on it, maybe some help on this when I talk about this. I've alluded to this a little bit in the past, but there is a real dilemma right now that the bass fishing YouTube creators are having in regards to the content they put out and people watching it. And I want to get into that in today's video, because this is something that it's not a one-off. It's a trend that I'm seeing right now that really is pretty disturbing in the long-term picture about people that spend a lot of time making YouTube videos for bass fishing. So I want to get your guys' opinion on this after I get done with the video, and maybe some advice that you guys would have to not only myself but other YouTube creators out there. Also, guys, before we get started, just a big thank you. I wanted to extend a thank you from me and my family here for everybody that's been putting up with all the plugs I do in these videos and using and bookmarking my Tackle Warehouse link to purchase your tackle. All the other links, my Blaukat throwback jig, solar bat sunglasses, lake map breakdowns, everything that's in the description of the video. All you guys that are doing that and supporting the channel, just I want you to know that that's not overlooked here, and big thank you from me and the family here. Okay, guys, I've alluded to this in the past. I've talked a little bit about in the past about some of the videos I've done that are really good videos. Good, juicy fishing tip videos that's going to help you catch fish that people just aren't watching, and then they watch the stuff, the scandalous stuff and, you know, controversial stuff, all that blows up. But here's what I want to talk about here. I noticed, I got thinking about this yesterday. Yesterday I did a video on silent jerkbaits versus jerkbaits that have rattles in them. Guys, this was something that it's unbelievable how much it'll help you as far as you knowing when to use what, and literally nobody watched that video. It's like it was invisible on my YouTube channel. And I got thinking, and I went back through probably about a dozen of some of the top bass fishing YouTubers in the country, guys that had anywhere between, you know, over 50,000 subscribers on their channel. And I started going through their videos over the past 12 months or so. And then after I did that, I went back and I checked out their most popular videos to see what they were. And guys, it's not just me. I've noticed this. I don't care how big the YouTube channel is. When the last year on YouTube, or yeah, pretty much about the last 9 months or so, all of the YouTube creators out there, including myself, when they're doing fishing information, when they're talking about techniques and strategies, how to catch bass and different type of lures, their views have fallen off the cliff. I mean, it is bad. And the thing about this, I started looking back at some of the similar videos that they had done maybe 3 years ago, and they just blew up. There was tons of people watching it, but the same type of videos in 2024, nobody's watching it. And I did an experiment with myself on this a couple months ago. One of my top 5 most popular videos that I ever did was a fluke modification, how to modify a fluke. And this was I did this like 3 or 4 years ago. And since then I've added, 100,000 people to the channel. So I knew a lot of people hadn't seen it. So I redid that same video almost pretty much exactly. Guys, it got like 2,000-3,000 views. That was about it. And I know that there's over time views build up, but the thing about it, it was a fraction. I remember when I did that video, that was one of my populars, it got like 50,000 views the first week, and this video that I did that was identical to that got like 2,000 views in the first week. And this was the same thing with other channels out there. There was a couple guys that had like 200,000-300,000 subscribers, and they do a video on a chatterbait or a swim bait or something like that, and they'd get 3,000 or 4,000 views on it. And like I said, 3 or 4 years ago, they'd get 100,000 views on it. So here's the problem that we have with this. It's like, it takes a lot of time and effort to make these YouTube videos. It's not as simple as a lot of people think. And if this trend continues where people just are not watching these videos, the fishing type videos, I think there's a good chance that a lot of the YouTubers out there just won't do it anymore because it's not worth their time. They're wasting their time and not making any money out of it because people, I guess there's two things. Either people out there think they know everything about bass fishing and they don't need to know anything, or they've been oversaturated with content and they're just completely burned out on it. I think it may be a combination of the two. I think there's a lot of people in the bass fishing world that think they know more about fishing than they actually do. That's just sort of the nature of it. And then there's other people out there that there's new YouTubers coming on every single month, across the world and on bass fishing. And there's so much of it out there that it just gets watered down with everything. So from that standpoint, it's not the future of bass fishing YouTube videos is not the brightest in the world, in my opinion. So as a YouTuber out there, in order to survive in this, if you want to keep doing it, you're going to have to come up with creative content, which is very difficult to do if you post videos on a regular basis. So main thing, guys, I want to know your advice. If you guys, what do you guys think as viewers of the channel, that not just my channel, but other channels out there, what do you guys need to do that make YouTube videos that will start increasing viewership out there? It's like, should we just never do any fishing videos anymore as far as technique or stuff like that? And I know a lot of you guys say, well, Randy, we really want to get you out in the water, see you out on the water fishing. I'm planning on trying to start do that a little bit more, but like you guys know, I film everything with my cell phone. And it's very difficult to film, video with a cell phone. Yeah, you can put it up on a stand and that type of deal, but it's not the easiest thing to do. Plus, like with me, I work 2 jobs. I've got 4 kids I got to take care of. I got, family to support. It's just hard for me to get away to do that, to just film videos, just, one-off. But I don't know. It's pretty frustrating there. It's like the videos that I have done the last 6 months that have been really successful just have stuff to do with drama that's going on in the sport. And do I like doing stuff like that? Not really. I mean, I think it's important to cover that stuff. I think that when we're talking about things like tournament rules and tournament changes that bleed down into other parts of fishing, or technology or environmental issues that threaten the sport, yeah, it's important to cover that. But, I would much rather just do videos and teach you guys about how to catch fish on a real subtle, real in-depth level. But at this point, like I said, it's becoming evident to me. I thought it was just maybe a timing thing, like a time of the year, but it's not. It's like people are not watching fishing videos on YouTube like they did. They're simply not doing it. I mean, if you want to watch videos of some guys fishing and be entertained, that's different. But in YouTube, there's a difference between being educated and being entertained. And if you are one of the anglers out there that really needs some type of entertainment along with your information, I can understand why people like to see people fishing out in the water, because there's an entertainment factor to that. But in my style of teaching, the way that I teach, it's more of in a classroom situation. The people that watch my videos, they don't come here to be entertained, because they're just looking at me talking for 5 or 10 or 15 minutes every day on bass fishing techniques and strategies. So it's a little bit more of the studious, hardcore anglers that are really focused on information and they don't need to be entertained. So I guess everybody's got their own opinion on that. But let me know what you guys think. What do bass fishing YouTubers have to do in order to get viewership back up? Because like I said, 3 or 4 years ago, guys, when I started bass fishing YouTube channels, it's like you put out any type of information on fishing and it got tons of views, but it's not like that anymore. Like I said, I have witnessed it and I've studied other channels. It's not just my channel, it's every channel out there. And it's sort of I don't want to say disturbing, but it's something that the bass fishing YouTube creators are going to react to. They're simply not going to they're not going to continue putting that much effort into the content if they simply don't get a return on their time doing so. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Let me know what your advice is, and appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll talk later.